Yes. Hello, Facebook, and welcome to a live look-in at EntreLeadership Master Series, coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. Thrilled to have you with us. Those people that you see and hear are some of the finest leaders in America, almost 300 men and women that have been with us all week, learning how to grow themselves, their team, and their profits. I'm Ken Coleman, thrilled again to have you with us. This guy to my right is no stranger to the EntreLeadership audience, but if you don't know who he is multi-best-selling author Donald Miller, and yesterday he launched his latest book, a book that we're going to dive deep into today to help you. It is called Building a Storybrand. And Donald, great to have you with us, man.
I'm glad to be here.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And so let's just assume that we have some people out there who have not heard of the Storybrand business that you've been building. You're helping corporations, big and small, all around the country. This is going to be a best-selling book. Dave Ramsey loves it. We've institutionalized it. We can't go through the whole book, but what are you doing with this book? How is it helping businesses?
We're helping businesses clarify their message. So if you're a frustrated business owner and you have a great product, you have really good people working for you, you know the processes to scale up your business, but you're still not really peaking. You know you have more potential than what you're doing. Your problem might be what we call the fourth P, and that is positioning. You're not positioned in the marketplace in such a way that people can understand you. And this is really, really important. If people can't describe what you do on the street, word of mouth, virally, if they can't describe it in just one short sentence, you're probably losing business to somebody else, even if they're an inferior company. An inferior company who has clarified their message so that word can spread, they tend to do better in the marketplace. And can I tell you a funny story about how I realized this? I had a conference company before I ever started Storybrand. And I was a writer for years. I started this little conference company, and I loved it. I loved teaching. I discovered I loved being the professor kind of guy, and I wanted it to grow. And we rented a theater that had 700 seats in it, and 350 people showed up. And when you're wired like me, that seems like, okay, we got potential here. Sent out the surveys after the conference, and the surveys came back just awesome. Everybody said they were going to tell their friends about it. So we did another one. 350 people show up. 350 empty seats is what I saw. Drove me nuts. Friend pulled me aside and said, Don, you've sold millions and millions of books. Only 350 people are coming to your conference. Something's wrong. Well, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I thought, if you have a good product, people are going to come. I'm getting on a plane one morning. I lived in Portland, Oregon. I'm getting on a plane one morning to fly to Indianapolis, Indiana. Gentleman sits on the plane next to me. He's reading my latest book that had never happened to me before. I've never seen one of my books in the wild. I got really nervous. I didn't want to do, is that my book? I didn't know what to do. I was going to read it to him and do like the live audio book, but anyway, I didn't tell him who I was. I just said, do you like that book? And he said, I love this book. It's the fourth time I've read it. I'm on my way to Indianapolis to hear this guy speak. And I thought, me too. And for 2 hours, well, first of all, I figured he'd figure it out, right? My picture's on the cover of the book. Never figured it out. So for 2 hours, after 10 minutes, I've dug a hole. I just keep asking questions. What do you like about them? The more he describes my books, the less I want to buy them. And I realized, and he loved them, but he just described them in such vague, elusive ways. I've got to give my customers language that I can use so that they can succinctly explain why somebody should read my books. And that's how I created the Storybrand process. It's a filter that helps you radically clarify your message into sound bites so that when you say them, people hear them, understand why I need your product, and can repeat them to other people. And we think it's the secret weapon. Unfortunately, I never told that guy who I was, so I walked on stage that night. He never came up to say how crazy that I sat next to you. I think maybe he was mad. If you see him, tell him I'm sorry. I've never seen him since. But we have taken over 3,000 companies through that process. We've seen companies double, triple, quadruple in revenue after they did one thing, clarified their message. You just have to get it down into sound bites. Mostly that translates into really good websites that communicate in a very short period of time exactly why I would need your service when I go to your website. And most of us spend money on websites, and most of us are wasting money on websites. And it's not because they're not beautiful. A lot of them are beautiful. They just don't say anything that would make me want to buy things. You're making me do too much math and too much calculation in my brain to figure out why I need your product. And if you make somebody think for longer than 5 seconds before realizing why they need your product, you're going to lose that business. So the book has a framework that you can work through in a very short period of time You get your entire brand message onto one sheet of paper, and you use those words on that sheet of paper to populate all of your marketing collateral, and you'll see a difference.
And folks, I'm going to tell you something. If you trust Dave Ramsey, then you're going to trust this book, because those sheets come in this workbook that our team has gotten at your events, and they're all over our office. I can tell you that. Fantastic stuff. And we have institutionalized Storybrand in everything we do at Ramsey Solutions. And here's what's cool. We're going to dive into some parts of the book that are really going to help you. But I want to tease you with this. I'm going to give you the information now. I'll give it to you again. This is a really cool offer. Really thrilled to partner with Don and his team to do this. But we're going to give away the first 3 chapters of the book. This is cool. That's right. Give it away. Here's how you get it. Just text Storybrand. No spaces. Storybrand, like one long word there. Text that to 33444. That's 33444. If you do that, again, I'll remind you, but you're going to want to get those first 3 chapters. It is fantastic. And so let's go through a couple parts of the book that I think are so practical.
Okay.
People are watching, they're going, oh man, this is going to be great. It's going to help my business right now. And we're going to start with something that you call the grunt test.
That's right.
So before we tell people, walk them through it rather, with some live attendees, what do you mean by the grunt test?
Well, the grunt test is if I could take your website and open it up on a laptop, and I were to put it into the lap of a caveman. Ken, you're the perfect example. If I could just put it in Ken's lap, and in 5 seconds, a caveman, and by that I mean a really primitive thinker with more of a beard and a turkey leg.
Yeah, much more forehead.
Yeah, costumes. But if in 5 seconds your caveman needs to answer 3 questions: what do you offer? How will it make my life better? And what do I need to do to buy it? So if you're watching on Facebook, I want you to write it down. What do you offer? How will it make your customer's life better? And what do they need to do to buy it? Those are the 3 most important questions. They need to be in the header. That is the top portion, the most important portion of your website. Those are the only 3 questions that need to be answered. If somebody can answer those in 5 seconds, you're much, much more likely to do business. If it takes them 10 or 15 or 20 seconds, you're probably losing a significant percentage of business. And if they can't answer those questions, you're losing a ton of business. And you're getting business elsewhere. Word of mouth, great customer service, all that kind of stuff. And all that stuff is really important, but why not add a website where we're branding ourselves really quickly and really easily? So the grunt test is what we have to pass on our website. And let's be honest, most people, the book actually at the end tells you how to create an entire sales funnel. But the most important thing we do these days, just get your website right. Because people check you out, they hear about you, they go to your website, it needs to affirm all of their feelings about your brand, and needs to affirm those things so that they'll do business with you. What do you offer? How will it make your life better? And what do I need to do to buy it? The 3 most important questions to answer in your marketing.
Okay, so we're going to put this to the test. So folks on Facebook, just be glad you're not in the audience and you didn't volunteer for this. But this is actually going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be very helpful. So if you're in our audience and you volunteered your site, get ready to come on up here. And first we're going to start off with Victoria Clausen. And Don, her website is victoriaclausen.com. You can see it there on the screen. And
Great.
She is a florist. So everybody give Victoria a hand.
Hi, Victoria. Welcome. Okay, so I've never seen any of these websites. They asked me, do you want to study them? And I said no, because I want you to be able to experience me looking at them from an outside perspective. One of the reasons I do that is because we struggle with the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge is a phrase created by Lee Lefevre. He wrote a wonderful book called The Art of Explanation. And Lee Lefevre says, knowledge works on a scale of 1 to 10, or if knowledge worked on a scale of 1 to 10. You understand flowers and whatever you do, which I'm about to find out, at a level 10. I mean, you know what you're doing. You have a PhD in flowerology. So, and I don't, right? I just need some flowers. So what we intuitively know, we've got to simplify this message because people aren't as smart as we are in our field of expertise. What we do is then we take level 10 and we scale it down to about level 6 because we've simplified our message because we want to reach more people. That's a great effort. The problem is people buy between levels 1 and 2. So from 2 through 6 is the curse of knowledge. We're talking over their heads. We're not speaking to their actual needs. And what we're going to see, I haven't looked at any of these websites, I guarantee you're going to see the curse of knowledge happening. But it's hard for you to see because you're so smart. You have to get a dumb guy to look at your website. And so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen it. Okay, there's a couple things I noticed right away. One is the top right corner of your website is your dominant real estate. So right here, we need a buy now or order flowers or whatever you do. So we need that right there. Instead, we have connect. I don't know what connect means, right? And I didn't come here to connect. I came here to buy flowers. So when you say connect, I say dating service. Now, if it takes me calories, my brain is going to fill in categories lightning fast. You can't stop it. You cannot stop your customers' brains from thinking. They see connect, they go dating service. Now you have to deconstruct the fact that you're not a dating service, right, in order to construct the fact that you're doing something else. Now, probably most people wouldn't go dating service, but I see connect, I think dating service. What I really want to see is buy flowers or order flowers or something like that. Okay, now I see this. The first thing you probably see is Victoria Clausen, and no offense, I'm sure you're a wonderful person, but I don't know who Victoria Clausen is, but there she is, and then floral events. So floral events are events that are put on for flowers. So it's where flowers get together and have events together and talk about what sort of petals are you going to wear to that wedding. I was thinking about wearing red. I noticed you're wearing red. It's March. Is it okay? Are we the wrong flowers for this month? Okay, obviously I'm being very facetious because I would imagine though that you bring flowers to weddings, to bank. Is that what you do?
We design events.
You design all of the events. Mm-hmm. You would do more business if you said we design events. Honestly, you would see an increase in business if you said, we design beautiful events, right? That's it. That's what you sell. You sell a beautiful event. Now, that's physically what you sell, but I'm actually not looking for just a beautiful event. I'm looking for a beautiful event that impresses my friends, right? We design beautiful events. All of your friends won't believe it, or your friends won't believe the beauty, or whatever. So flowers are part of it or not part of it? They are part of the?
Big part of it.
A big part of it. Mm-hmm. So, but it's floral events, but it's not like for the Rose Parade or anything like that. You can see why I'm confused.
Correct.
Okay, so we have a mantra at Storybrand, if you confuse, you'll lose. So what you want to do is you say, here's what we do. We design beautiful events. What's in it for me? Everybody will be impressed, or it'll be the event of the season. What you're offering me, if you say the event for the season, by the way, is an identity. And something that I want that's even more powerful than a beautiful event is I want to be a kind of person who is known for having a beautiful event. I'm wanting my friends to see me, we call it selling, in the book it's called selling an aspirational identity. And it's really important for you. These events are expensive, right? Mm-hmm. So we worked with a wedding coordinator who starts at $1 million. That's her fee. So she only does like 10 a year. Poor thing. Scale up is difficult. And so what she's really selling is an identity. That this thing is going to be flawless, beautiful, there's not going to be a problem, but every one of your friends from Senator so-and-so to Kid Rock is going to come to this thing. I'm kidding about Kid Rock. I don't know if he's ever been on. But they're going to come to this thing, and they're going to think, this person does amazing events. So we want to get that in here. So probably when we scroll down, after we say, something about we host, or we help you host a beautiful event, then here's the other thing that immediately somebody's going to say. If you say, we help you host a beautiful event, or we help you do a tour, they're going to say, oh, well, you don't do food service, whatever. So you actually want to overcome that right away. Everything from food service to this. So that means we need to send out some customer surveys. And we need to find out what is the resistance, right? Do you do everything for the event?
No.
You don't do the food?
Anything visual, anything pretty.
Okay, so we will help you make a beautiful event. Anything that will make your event beautiful, from chairs, tablecloths, to napkins, to flowers, to whatever. You want to list all of that stuff, because I'm giving you split seconds to fill in categories of the problem that you help me solve. Okay. And within 5 seconds, I need to know, all I've got to do is call her, and everything visual is going to be taken care of. Literally, I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to call the caterer, I'm going to call the entertainment, and I just have to take a shower after that. Right?
Correct.
Yep. Okay, so what did I just say? You'd scroll down and you'd say, we will make your event beautiful. We deal with everything visual at your event. All you have to do is call the caterer and maybe some entertainment and take a shower. We'll handle the rest. You see, now you just did the math for me on what my part is in this really easy thing. And you've offered me a beautiful aspirational identity that everybody's going to come and think, Don Miller puts on beautiful events. So we want to get that kind of copy in there. Here's the great news. You've done so much right. One, it's a gorgeous website.
Thank you.
Nothing visually, I don't think, needs to change. It's fantastic. You've made so few mistakes that people make. There's not a ton of text on here. Nobody reads paragraphs on websites anymore. They scan websites, they don't read them. This is a scannable website. You have who we are and who we are not. That, I didn't even read that yet, but that's actually confusing. So I would actually say schedule a consultation or give us a call. I would probably get rid of those things. The other thing that I would add to this website, and it may already have it, you can tell me, I would add a lead generator. So I'm looking around, there are 6 people that I'm trying to choose between to make my event beautiful. But you've got a lead generator, 5 things that go wrong in expensive events, or 5 ways people waste their money. You're probably not you're probably more higher end than that. But you see what I'm saying?
Good.
Something that I'm going to give you my email address. I give you my email address, you give me this 4-page magazine article style document that's beautiful, that says the 5 mistakes people make when they're hosting an event. You've officially, if I read that document, you've become my guide. I've just spent an hour with you and I spent 4 seconds with your competitor bouncing off their website. Who's gonna get my business? You are. And then you're gonna send me over the next 2 weeks even more help through an email. Then what happens? You're in my phone and I'm getting an email, I'm not even reading it, I'm swiping it and I'm deleting it. But I'm not unsubscribing because that PDF was so valuable. But what are you doing? You're reminding me that you exist. And now it comes time, because Betsy's saying, Don, make the choice. The event is coming. And who am I going to call? You. Because you've branded yourself in my mind, offered to resolve my internal problem, offered me an aspirational identity, and done it with crystal clear language. So I would get a lead generating PDF. I would capture email addresses. I would send them 5 or 6 emails. You should see, I would think, business double just from that. The great thing is, the website itself is a 15-minute fix. It's just text. You just need to change some text. I would remove connect. I would say schedule our service or something like that. I would make it a different color on the top right. I would add a lead generating PDF, and I would think you would do really well.
Thank you.
So, good?
Thank
All
you,
right.
Victoria.
Very
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, how about that? All right, up next, let's hear from Andy Crum. They are a building and home supplier. The website, Don, is womblecompany.com. Oh, this is Andy and Ainsley.
Yes.
Good to
Hi,
see you
guys.
all. Give them a hand. They
Where are
came
you
up
from?
here. Yeah,
Oklahoma
very
City.
nice.
Oklahoma City, beautiful town. Well, that town's an amazing town. That town is really up and coming.
I know.
Yeah, doing a lot. Okay, we are the Womble Company. Just one thing, that doesn't solve my problem. So I don't know what the Womble Company does, right? So at this point, I'm having to fill in gaps in my brain. Now my brain is moving ahead of you. You didn't fill it in, I'm gonna fill it in with wrong answers. You gotta fill it in with the right answers.
I just want to know what a womble is.
Exactly. And then people are guessing, yeah, what's a Womble? Okay, nobody's read these paragraphs.
Okay.
I'm not going to read them because we don't have time. This is like War and Peace these days. Okay. Tulsa, Oklahoma, why should I call you? I want a lamp. Okay, you're a real estate company.
No.
Okay,
We're a
so
window.
you see how I'm filling it in?
Yeah.
You're a window company?
Window
Yeah,
company.
we're Pella Windows and Doors.
Oh my gosh, best windows anywhere.
No.
Just get rid of this. Best windows anywhere, Womble Company, pictures of some windows, you'll see business go up, right? Because now I know you're a window company. What differentiates your windows from other windows?
Well, they're high quality and we install, paint, service. We do all of it. We're the full turnkey.
Great. Best windows anywhere, we install, paint, service, which saves me from what down the road?
From, energy efficiency, rotting windows. We take care of it all for you.
Yeah, okay, so I want you to agitate a pain. There's gonna be a little bitty paragraph, not this much, maybe half of one of these things that says, we'll never leave you out in the cold, we won't sell you windows without servicing, backing them up, we'll actually physically show up in your house and make sure they're working great. You'll never worry about your windows again. Okay, something like that. It differentiates because you're actually gonna come out, do it from installation to painting, the whole deal. Maybe that's other window companies, but I wouldn't know that. So as soon as you said that, I would think you're the only window company that does that, right? So we want to say a lot more. Let's actually, as Oklahoma's only turnkey Pella provider, I don't know what a turnkey Pella provider is. We've been supplying builders, contractors, architects, and homeowners with the highest quality construction products available. Again, construction products is timber, beams, foam insulation, right? It's windows.
Right.
So you're not owning the window territory because you're not telling me you do the best windows. You want to be known as, I'm telling you, if you're at a cocktail party and says, Andy, what do you do? You say, most people have serious problems with their windows. They hate opening and closing them. They leak. Cold air is coming through. We sell the best windows in the industry. We install them. We paint them. We service them. We make sure nobody will ever worry about their windows again. We are the window people.
Okay.
Right? Now,
Yeah.
who are you in their brain?
Yeah, the window people.
Yeah, when they think
Let's hope.
yeah. A problem is a cue that makes them think of something. I have a problem, my problem is windows, that's a cue, and you have not put yourself in their brain as the solution to the problem because you are selling to contractors, architects, home builders, the highest quality construction products available. Nobody ever got to the second sentence, and there's nothing about this image that says you sell windows. There's nothing on here at all that tells me you solve my window problems. Now, here, that sounds negative.
No, it's good.
Enormous opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing good business and you can solve that problem, it's literally like having a retail store and turning off the lights and putting a chain around the door, and you're still in business.
Yeah.
Let's turn on the lights, take the chain off the door, and count the money.
That's version 2.0, so thank God we
Let's
changed
get
it
to
like
version
6 weeks.
3.0. Yeah, let's get to
We
version
changed it
3.0.
6 weeks ago, it would have been really bad.
Hey, not a money problem.
Right.
A word problem. Super easy to fix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound great?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Excited?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
That's good. That's really good. Because you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking if they put it in and they paint it, that's one phone call instead of calling a painter after the guy puts the windows in.
Yep.
I'm the ADD guy. I want one phone call.
Also, if I'm choosing windows, Betsy and I are building a house right now. We're going to have to choose windows pretty soon. If there's a PDF in here that just says 3 things to look for in a quality window, or 5 things people love about our windows, or 5 things that people love about our windows and hate about other windows, probably downloading that PDF. And then if you're selling to contractors, you want a sales funnel that's separate to contractors and separate to architects. On-ramp them differently. They're different kinds of customers. All right? Huge opportunity for you guys. Yeah.
All right, up next is Mark Bond. Mark, come on up. Don, he runs a recycling company.
Hey, Mark.
And the website is metrogroup.com.
Okay, I can. Are you going to be affected by this trade tariff thing in China, shipping scrap over there?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's be
you know
careful
about
about that. Yeah, I know about it. Okay, this is a building that's for sale. You selling that building?
No.
You leasing space in the building?
We own the building.
Okay, you leasing any space though?
No.
Okay, because that's what you're selling.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your customer? What would if I have what would I send to you if I have a junkyard and I'm pulling out scrap metal, I'm sending it to you and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we buy from that. Mostly it's industrial customers that generate scrap metal in some aspect of their business.
Great, repeat customers.
Repeat customers.
Okay, and sales reps going out and talking to them all the time.
Absolutely,
What
yes.
differentiates you from your competitor?
Mostly that we're local. We're not corporate.
You're the local guys.
Yeah.
Which means they get more time with you. They get more hands-on service.
Yes.
They get more. You can pivot quickly. You
Yep.
can take care of the needs. Are you competitive in the marketplace?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to bullet point all that stuff and brand it in their brains and why they need to go with you and nobody else. Okay. Can you take I want to be really careful, but can you take business from your competitor in your
Yes.
area? Mm-hmm. Is there are people who so there's plenty of opportunity to grow.
There is. I mean, there's a certain size of the pie, but we can steal from them.
Okay, so one thing that you want to do is you want to say, how can we help you? Recycling services, transloading containers. We'd have to spend a little bit of time figuring out your business, but I do want, above the header, I want to know what you do. We do industrial recycling, and then I want to know the biggest problem that people have in recycling that they're tired of. What is the problem that your customers are tired of? They're just sick of it.
A lot of them are worried about getting ripped off.
So they're not sure, because I would imagine if I'm sending you 2,000 tons of steel or whatever, I don't know the market well enough to know what's a good price and what's not a good price.
That's correct.
Okay. So if you can figure out a solution to that, transparency in prices, you want to do that too. I don't say you want to offer the best prices or something like that because you might not be able to, but something that takes away that fear. And so we want to say industrial recycling, always transparent about prices, getting you the best money. You want to be the CarMax of industrial recyclers. And here, the big fear at CarMax, here's what CarMax sells. Everybody thinks they sell cars. They don't sell cars. They sell the fact that you don't have to deal with a used car dealer. And that's why they're an $8.75 billion company. Because they've taken the resistance out of the market. When people walk onto a car lot, they don't want to deal with a used car dealer. So when I'm dealing with recycling, one, it's really intimidating. I feel out of control. I don't know what these prices should be, and you're going to take that away. You're going to say, you might even be really transparent about your markups. We're getting into a little bit of business strategy. But I would say enormous opportunity here. And then what you really want to do is you want to send your sales rep out probably to talk to them, right?
Yes, usually.
How many sales reps do you have?
We have about 5.
Okay, so you want that sales rep in that office talking to that CEO probably or somebody in the C-suite. And so there's nothing here that tells me I can hire a sales rep, right? There's nothing here. So contact us wouldn't be with that. It would be schedule an appointment with a sales rep. Have a sales rep meet you today. Right. Then this is begging. So we've got the header. We put what you do, what differentiates you, and what I want you to do is I want you to call one of my sales reps. That's what I want you to do. We're trying to get married here. So let's lock it down. We want to call one of my sales reps, and then this is begging for a lead generator. 10 ways people get ripped off in the recycling business. Yeah.
PDF like what you'd recommended over there.
What was the title?
PDF.
Oh, you're going to do that, or you
no?
have?
I'm just saying that just doing a PDF.
Just doing a PDF. Yep. And you can have somebody. Basically, you can have even a copywriter from our organization. If you go to clarifyyourmessage.com, you can hire one of our certified marketing coaches or copywriters. We take nothing from them. They're all independent, but we train them all. And they can sit down with you in about 3 hours, and they can get you one of those PDFs. I mean, they can get the text and then get it back to you. Then you give it away, and you get that email address. Again, you're in their phone, you're in their phone, you're in their phone. It's branding. It takes the brain 8 times to encounter the same information before they finally metabolize it. Once on your website, twice on your PDF, and then you start the email sequence. And when we get to 8, that's where you start seeing the phone ring. This is 0. It doesn't even count as the first touch because you don't tell them what you do. You don't tell them what differentiates you, and you don't tell them what you want to do, that you want them to call. Again, it's a text problem. Here's some things you're doing right. Very simple, not a whole lot of text. People don't read text. But again, you've confused me. Every time, I'm burning calories figuring out that you're trying to sell a building. And then I'm burning calories deconstructing that you're not selling a building and constructing my brain that you're a recycling company. We think they're looking at this and reading it. They're not. Images speak way louder than words. So enormous opportunity for you to grow and increase in business. And let's get the phones of those sales reps, let's get them busy 40 hours a week, always meeting with people.
Sounds great.
Yep.
All right.
And then we could actually go into that meeting with the sales rep. We could do the exact same thing. I could say, why are they saying that? That's not how we open a conversation. Hey, the reason I'm here is because I've heard you have a problem. And it's this. Do you have any other problems in the recycling business? What's your biggest frustration? The first 10 minutes are mining for the problems. Okay, that problem, I don't know if I can solve that for you. But these 3, you should not be experiencing that. That's not right. And I think those people are taking you for granted. We can fix that.
Excellent.
And we're inviting them into a story. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, great.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Very
Mark.
nice. All right, so you want to do one more real quick?
Yeah, let's do one more.
You can do this in 5 minutes because it's kind of like your thing.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's go with Ken. I hope I'm saying this right. Ken Kocher? Coker. I'm sorry. That was 50-50. All right, Ken, come on up. He runs a security company, and the website is forcesecurity.com. Forcesecurity.com.
I think it's too plain.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. He took that no text thing too seriously.
Exactly. Okay, so Force Security Solutions. Okay, I'm not going to read this. So basically, I don't have anything to read, right? And so we want to say home security or business security or what?
Commercial and government.
Commercial and government security systems.
Right, no residential.
Okay, so but you come in and you install like an alarm system.
Alarms, video surveillance, access control.
Okay, and people? Do you?
No
okay,
people.
Okay.
Just electronic security.
Okay, well, you just said something. You said government and commercial security systems, alarms,
Access control,
access
video
control,
surveillance.
video surveillance. That's it. It needs to be right here, really big. Okay, and then that's what you offer. So here's what's beautiful. You haven't told anybody what you offer. That's like saying, Kenneth, I'd like to buy something from you. What do you sell? And you go, guess. And I go, cookies. And you go, no. And we're going to be a long conversation. We're not going to get there. So let's say that, because this doesn't tell me anything. I mean, this kind of looks like the panel in my house, so maybe you do that, but you're making me think.
Right.
And you don't want me to think. Never make your customers think. Think for them. That's what, we're all in the service industry. We have to serve them by thinking for them. Also, top right, schedule an appointment. I mean, I would imagine you come out to my business and you assess what I need.
Right, we do risk assessments.
Here's something. The banner's gonna be there, government and commercial security systems, video, blah, 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 blah. Scale down. The next thing I want instead of this video, I want 1, we analyze your place of work. 2, we give you a custom report. 3, we install a system that works flawlessly and protects your assets. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
That way I don't go, this sounds complicated. I don't know how this works. I'll do it tomorrow. There's no reason not to do it tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. I'll do it right now. And then what are you going to put? Schedule an appointment. Under the plan, schedule an appointment. Under the explanatory paragraph, schedule an appointment. And look at all these buttons. Look at all this. All that should be in the junk drawer, right? There should be, go to my website. I have no more than 2 buttons in the top right. We just put together one website. We put it together in 1.5 days. I mean, it was a little longer than that. And I just put apply. And it's the only button on the website. Did $1.4 million in the first 2 months. There's nothing else. There's no contact us, no frequently asked questions. It's just apply. Why? I didn't give them any other options. Apply or don't apply. Give me money or don't give me money. Right? I don't want to have a conversation. Right? I'm here to make you money. So we want to do that. Right?
Perfect.
Super, super easy. Sounds good?
Perfect.
Thanks. Huge
Thank you, Ken.
opportunity.
Appreciate it. Thank you.